There is an oil that costs $3 at any grocery store. Dermatologists charge $400 to replicate what it does in one visit. One drop on your lip line and the creases you have been hiding under concealer are gone by morning. One pass on your lashes and the serum you pay $60 a month for suddenly looks like a fraud. One application along a fine line, and the skin plumps from the inside, not the surface. No needles, no prescription, no invoice. This formula is older than the beauty industry itself. Women used it for centuries before corporations realized they could sell the same effect in a branded bottle at 50 times the cost. They did not replace it because it stopped working. They buried it because it never did. Welcome to our channel. This is where we dig up what the industry paid to erase. To understand why this oil works, you have to go back further than your grandmother's medicine cabinet, further than her grandmother's, all the way back to ancient Egypt, where castor oil appears in medical papyri, dating to 1550 BC. Physicians prescribed it for skin inflammation, eye irritation, and wound healing. Tomb paintings show the seeds pressed and stored in clay vessels alongside gold. This was not folk medicine. This was the most advanced dermatological science the ancient world had ever produced. The plant is called Ricinus communis. It grows primarily in India, which today produces over 70% of the world's castor oil supply, because the climate is ideal and the generational knowledge runs deep. The seeds of this plant contain one of the most remarkable fatty acid profiles found anywhere in nature. Press those seeds cold, without heat and without chemicals, and what pours out is a thick golden oil that the modern skincare laboratory has never been able to truly replicate. The active compound is called ricinoleic acid. It makes up approximately 90% of the oil's composition. That concentration is extraordinary. No other plant oil on Earth comes anywhere close. And ricinoleic acid does something that synthetic skincare products cannot. It does not sit on top of the skin like a moisturizer or a serum. It penetrates the dermis itself, carrying hydration deep into the cellular structure where the aging process actually begins. And then in the 1950s, the petrochemical industry arrived with synthetic alternatives. Mineral oils, silicone emollients, chemical preservatives, and fragrance carriers derived from crude oil. These products were faster to produce, easier to stabilize on a shelf, and critically, they could be patented. You cannot patent ricinoleic acid. It is a molecule that has existed for millions of years. You cannot patent a press seed. There is no intellectual property in a plant. And what cannot be patented cannot generate licensing revenue. What cannot generate licensing revenue cannot build a brand monopoly. So the industry did not abandon castor oil because something better arrived. They abandoned it because something far more profitable came along. So why do dermatologists call it nature's Botox? Not because of antioxidants, not because of some vague anti-aging claim printed on a label, because ricinoleic acid penetrates the dermis and physically draws moisture into the skin's deep layers and holds it there. The skin plumps from the inside. Fine lines fill from beneath rather than being covered over. The effect is most dramatic in the thinnest areas: lip lines, the corners of the eyes, the nasolabial folds that run from the nose to the mouth. These are exactly the places where skin loses moisture fastest and where castor oil delivers it deepest. That is why women who use it consistently stop reaching for the concealer. Now here is the one that surprises people. Acne. A thick oil that fights acne sounds like a contradiction. You look at it and assume it will clog every pore on your face. It does not. Ricinoleic acid carries powerful antibacterial properties. The bacteria responsible for most forms of acne cannot survive prolonged contact with it. The oil does not block the pore. It clears what is already blocking it. Puffiness follows the same logic. The anti-inflammatory mechanism that soothes a sunburn works on the face every morning. Under eye swelling, redness, the inflammation that builds overnight, ricinoleic acid reduces all of it at the cellular level. The lips deserve their own moment. Castor oil is already inside the lipstick and gloss you buy at the drugstore. It is a standard ingredient in both. The industry surrounds it with dye, fragrance, and a celebrity endorsement and charges you $12. Strip that away, apply the oil directly, and what remains is the only ingredient doing anything useful. And then there are the lashes. Emerging research suggests ricinoleic acid may inhibit prostaglandin D2, a compound linked to hair follicle suppression. The clinical data is still limited, but the anecdotal record across millions of women is not. The lash serum you spend $60 a month on is almost certainly built on the same mechanism. Check the ingredient list. The active chemistry traces back to the same pressed seed. The global skincare market exceeded $180 billion in 2024. Prestige serums and branded treatments cost pennies per milliliter to produce. The markup is not on the molecule. The markup is on your belief that a laboratory made something nature did not already perfect centuries ago. Here is exactly what to buy and exactly how to use it. The label must say cold pressed. That is not a marketing term. Cold pressing extracts the oil without heat or chemical solvents, preserving the full ricinoleic acid profile intact. Solvent-extracted castor oil loses the compounds that make it work. One word on the label is the difference between something that transforms your skin and something that does nothing. Look for 100% pure, organic, hexane-free, cold-pressed. If any of those 4 descriptors are missing, put it back on the shelf. For the face, mix it with a carrier oil first. Coconut, almond, or olive all work. The carrier thins the viscosity and spreads the application evenly. Cleanse your skin, apply your vitamin C or hyaluronic acid if you use them. Wait 2 minutes, then layer the oil on top. Leave it overnight. The skin absorbs what it needs and the rest wipes away in the morning. For the lashes and brows, clean everything first. The oil increases absorption of whatever is already on the lash, including residual makeup. Use a fine applicator. A cotton swab works, but a thin wand is better. Apply only to the lash line, not the lid, not toward the eye. Now the warnings they skip. Castor oil degrades with UV exposure. Keep it in a tinted container away from sunlight. Most people store their oils on a bathroom shelf in direct light and wonder why results disappear after a few weeks. Do a patch test before applying it to your face. Inner arm, behind the ear, 24 hours. The oil is not sterile. Do not use it as an eye drop, regardless of what dry eye improvement you may have heard about. There are sterile castor oil formulations specifically designed for the eye. Use those instead. His knowledge did not disappear because it stopped working. It disappeared because an industry worth $180 billion needed you to believe that a laboratory could improve on something a seed had already perfected thousands of years ago. Your great-grandmother did not have a skincare routine built around 12 branded products and a monthly subscription box. She had a bottle of oil in a cabinet and skin that aged slowly and gracefully because she fed it what it was designed to receive. Then one generation of advertising convinced women that beauty required complexity. It did not. It required a seed. The fine line you have been trying to erase, the lashes you have been trying to grow, the lips that crack every winter, all of it, addressable tonight for less than the cost of a single prestige serum. The skin never forgot. The industry just spent 50 years making sure you did. Subscribe and share this before they bury it again.